Hey guys, welcome to the Sim Racing Paddock. I'm William Marsh, and we are going to be test driving the Spirit of Le Mans pack for Project Cars 2. So this is the latest DLC package for Project Cars 2. I believe it retails for $10. I got it as part of the Season Pass DLC, which is $30. And this is a significant pack. It has quite a few cars, including historic and modern, and also a classic Le Mans race car. So, or actually, not race car, Le Mans track. Sorry, I'm like half awake right now, but I'm all right. Okay, so for example, this has the Ferrari 512M and also the Porsche 919 Hybrid to talk about two of the cars. So, let's see. I think this article is only talking about some. No, it's talking about most of it. So it looks like some of this DLC takes a focus at the early 70s. So this is showing like Ferrari, Porsche, the 917 LH, I believe that it is in the corner, which is one of my most favorite classic Le Mans race cars. And this is, like, I gotta say, it looks like these are pretty stunning. It looks like they did a lot of work into it. And I'm excited to hear if this Ferrari V12 sounds good. But also, the flat engine sounds. Those are freaking amazing. So I'm really excited to give this a test. And we will definitely be putting it to the test. I mean, look how sleek these cars are. Look how sleek they were back in the day, and just that aero, and it's, oh man. So I'm really excited. And then, like, here's the crazy fact. 1970 Le Mans 24 hours. 51 cars started, 7 finished. That's just insane. Over 360 kilometers an hour. That's about, I think, 220, if I remember correctly. 360 kmh to mph. 223, so close to 230 miles an hour. That is insane. So we will give this a test. But also, what is nice is this is also going to have the modern Le Mans race cars. So, for example, this is the Toyota TS050. I am thinking, does the Assetto Corsa have the TS050? I can't remember off the top of my head. But this looks pretty darn stunning for modern. So, there's the TS050, there's the Porsche 919, I think this is which Audi is this? I think it's the R18? Or where does it say? Hold on. Audi R18, okay. So, decent pack. Let's look on the Steam page to see what this actually, like, includes. So, hold on a second. I wish this had, or no, this is the article. Did we just look over? No, it's different. Okay, so here's the DLC breakdown. So there are 9 new cars: the Porsche 919 Hybrid, Toyota TS050, Audi R18 in Fuji and Le Mans spec, the Ferrari 512S and M cars, the Porsche 917 LH, the long tail, the Porsche 924 Carrera GTP, and the Porsche 961. And then this includes the Le Mans Vintage Track, which is no chicanes. That should be exciting to check out. Looks like some new liveries. And then new career events. And then also there's the 1.6.0 update for Project Cars. Or Project Cars 2. So we are going to be rocking the PC version of it. So let's jump into that. Somewhat svelte update. Various improvement fixes and optimizations. That's like every update. Fixed occasional stability issues, usability of in-game tools, AI ability, improve the penalty system. Yeah, I'm taking that with a grain of salt. Optimized tire wear in wet conditions. Hopefully that actually is doing some good. Optimizations to live track at various tracks. Improved track limit zones. Again, I'll believe it when I see it. And other miscellaneous fixes. Yep. Might be a little lazy on the writing there, but we'll see how it works. So hold on a sec. Let's prep the stream and let's fire up Project Cars 2 and see how this goes. So, admittedly, I am a little rough on Project Cars 2, I know, but I feel like at times it's kind of justified. It's always been putting itself in a tough spot, and bottom line, with the way it launched and everything, it comes down to you need to prove yourself. They need to prove themselves to actually fix things, and well, that's interesting. Screen is glitching out. You're not seeing this, but hold on. My screen's wigging out. And this is a fresh install of Project Cars 2, so I have no clue why that's going on. I already purchased it. So something is going weird with my screen. Let's see if I can at least... hold on a sec. What the flip is going on here? Maybe I'll be on the safer side. Let's see. I need to clear out some settings in Project Cars 2, I guess. So, hold on a sec. I have no clue why that happened. I'll give this one more try. But that made no sense why it was just... And now it's better, okay. I'll take it. That was interesting. First boot, the screen was glitching like no tomorrow, but now it's working okay. So, to start off, we are going to take a look at... Let's start with that classic Ferrari. That classic Ferrari looked pretty beautiful. So the 512M, it looks like this badge up on the top right is like the DLC mark. So Le Mans Vintage. I know I pronounced it weird on purpose. I'm going to have to remap my controls though, I think, because... Or I might... We'll see real quick. I need to change out my SimEQ profile though real quick, because we're in Project Cars 2, which uses a slightly different profile than my Assetto Corsa one, which I was using last. So Project Cars 2, I have no clue why it's set to 360 degrees. Should be set to 900. There we go. And then, there we go. That should be good. Back into Project Cars 2. That's looking good. Hold on a sec. What just happened? Hold on a sec. There it is. Huh, that was weird. My window dropped out. So, note that I am using a different streaming software now. It's OBS broadcaster created by Streamlabs instead of the standard OBS. So OBS broadcasters OpenSense, and then Streamlabs made their own customized version of it. So I just had to make sure everything was working okay. It's still a little glitchy, so I'm trying to get used to it. Let's go to private testing and start. We might need to change to the sequential box. Hey, Motostash, I've noticed your comments keeping on asking for freebies pop up in my spam filter. So that's kind of uncalled for. That's kind of frustrating. I mean, like, basically you ask like 4 times, I think, I've seen pop up in the comments. That's kind of uncalled for, man. Just saying. Okay, so let's see real quick. Hold on. Okay, we do have to remap stuff because when I did my system refresh, it jarred up all my devices, I guess. Okay, so that's at least ignition. And hold on a second. Dang it. Okay, that wasn't plugged in all the way, that's why. Why is this not being recognized? Hold on a sec. Can we at least get going? So, let's see. Something is off. Let's check something real quick. Need to try to figure this out. So, no buttons on my wheel are being recognized or something? Let's see. Ignition. Okay, let's drop out the title real quick and see if we can solve this. Technical issues, gotta love it. Hold on a sec, so... Wait a second. You've gotta be kidding me. I think I know the problem, which is irritating. It's because I don't have the Fanatic driver loaded on this. So we might need to load that up real quick. Except it is being recognized in DI view, and I've been able to drive an Assetto Corsa, alright? So why not Project Cars 2? Ay. The stresses of whatever we're doing. Third bit's the charm. Okay, let's see if this fixed it. So, ignition. Yes, it did. Okay. Sometimes turning off and on again does work. Actually, let's do this. Then DRS and KERS. We're not going to need it with this classic car first, but I think Hold on a second. Game. Cycle HUD display. Okay, that should work. Hold on, Mark. Had to fix an issue with the sim, so... And let's just turn on force feedback. To 50, that should feel good. Alright. Always cracks me up in Project Cars 2 how they have pit speed limiter in a vintage race car before pit speed limiters existed. Authenticity, right? Decent sound though. Decent sound so far. Whoa, little clutch slip. Actually simulated. That was pretty nice. So I haven't driven in this configuration of Le Mans in a long time, so gotta recapture the feel of it. I've driven this in R Factor 1 before. Very interesting. Yeah, if you guys are part of the Sim Racing Paddock Discord, or if you saw on my Instagram or Facebook page, I actually finished building the GT Omega Art cockpit. So I am going to be testing that out. And yes, Raging Beard, this is the M512M. Oh, you can start hearing that engine scream. I'm gonna shut up. Okay, we need to tweak the aero in this car. Because I think the aero is what's holding this back. The downforce. Let's test out this wiper, though. The wiper works. Whoa! I totally missed the corner.
The suspension's damaged. You'll probably need to pit for repairs.
Okay, I want to tweak the setup. So yeah, you can tell I'm not used to this track. So let's drop the downforce a bit. And then let's see. Let's give that a go and see how this so save new. I'm going to just call it low DF, low downforce. Because why not? Oh, try loading new preset specifically for this. Okay. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you. Because who needs downforce? Yeah, seriously. Start braking around 300 meter mark. Kind of funny though, if you notice, this the steering wheel is slightly off to the right. I don't know if that's how it is in real life, because some classic F1 cars were like that. Doesn't really make sense for the Le Mans car. Love this part here. Surprisingly tricky. But great sounding car. So let's see what kind of speed we get now. Already up to 190. I am going to play online in the stream later. I just want to experiment with a couple of the cars first. $198. Come on, we can hit 200. $199. 200 miles an hour. There we go. The only thing I've modified on my GTI is I have an aftermarket exhaust on it and a set of Motegi racing wheels on it. That's all I have modified on it. But yeah, we're going to have to do some classic Le Mans races. Tight corner. Little wheel spin. Porsche does 240. Yeah, we're going to have to try that after this. I would love to get an APR tune for my GTI. But it also comes down to cost, and I also know that the clutch is going to be burned out. I wish I could go to E3 this year, but unfortunately, it just wasn't in the cards. Man, these corners are even tighter than they are now. What's interesting, if you don't clutch right in this car, you will get the slip just like that. I'm so not used to this track. Drag the brake a bit, carry the speed. Just imagine the danger through this track. Those are Armco. That's Armco, and one mistake and you're up a creek, and that's gonna hurt the car big time. I should get higher speed over the next couple laps. Yep. This, oh man, you can tell they put a lot of work into this version of Classic Le Mans. Oh boy. Oh, that was exciting. Laid on the throttle in the grass a bit. We're okay. What year did they break up the straight? I thought it was like 1991. I want to say it was like 91 when they started breaking up Mulsanne. Or is it Mulsanne or Mulsanne or however you pronounce it? Mulsanne? But yeah, we are going a lot faster now, so I wonder if it's like now that we have heat in the tires and the engine's up to temp, maybe? Because 210 right now. But classic racing, I think, is one of the things we really need to have. Oh man, yeah, I really do need to break around the 300 mark. I was at about like maybe 200 and almost hit the wall again. But yeah, this thing must eat gas. I like the attention to detail though. And it... Whoa! Nope, nope, nope. Well, that's a wreck. Well, that's some relatively significant damage to the suspension now. Super ultra late braking. Yeah, that's about right. I'm so used to the modern configuration, because the modern configuration, you take that kink flat out and then get on the brakes. For Project Cars 2, I feel like feeling through the tires and the grip tends to be a little more snappy. It feels like there's less slip in the tires, where it's grip, 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 and then in Assetto Corsa, I think it's a little more gradual, in my opinion. I think the gradual feeling is a little more realistic, personally, based on my limited, and by the way, did I say limited, driving in a sporting environment. So that's my opinion on the matter. So we're driving a historic track, but with a modern pit crew. I would have loved to see, like, I mean, it's kind of cool. The fire suits, they do have the retro livery, but it does look like it is a the modern helmet, the modern suit. I would have loved to see something like they actually do the historic stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to repair the car and then we will go back on track. But yeah, let's try to get a couple good laps. Interesting though, it didn't fill my tank, it looks like. I don't think this filled my tank at all. Because I thought we were at 66 entering the pits. I have not driven the Crew 2. I haven't really taken part in that. I wasn't really too impressed by the first Crew movie. The first Crew game. So here's a theory. We just had the car sit for a bit, but we have the same fuel level, I think. So the question is, are we still going to have that speed even though I think we're colder tires? Actually, tires still look warm, but we'll see what speed we get here. Yeah, I gotta try this in VR soon. I think it would be a lot of fun. So we're at 200 right now. So yeah, we still have quite a bit of speed. I wonder if in a lap or two we'll hit 210. Or maybe like 215, depending on how light this car gets. Well, we're about to hit 210, I think. Low sound, unfortunately, Thursday nights are a no-go for me because I have my church group. So every Thursday night I have my church group, which I go to, and that basically renders me a no-go for Thursday night races. Sorry, man. So keep our eyes peeled. Remember to brake. So yeah, this is such a tight corner compared to the modern layout. And then brake. Yep, mark. That's an interesting dirt runoff there. It curves up. Well, Raging Beard, you must not see the Flash TV show. The Flash! I'm the fastest man alive. And now, this episode, watch and see how I'm not the fastest man alive. Oh man, this speed though. Oh, buddy. Slight cut there, but we're okay. Yeah, when this car is at speed, it's nice. We are going to try the Longtail's next car. I want to get one good lap with this car, though, first. There we go. Flying down the street again. 204 miles an hour. This will be a decent length stream, I think. We're at 210, 211. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, that scraped off some speed. SimCube strength I have set to 50% in profile or 50% in game, which would be equivalent to about 25% overall, I guess. I could brake later, I'm just trying to be a little conservative here. I use the large midge-based open sim wheel from SimRacingBay. That is what I'm using. And I'm using the Jack Spade low compression or low compressor direct drive profile. My primary forte is racing games. That's my main passion. I do play other games at times. I've been still enjoying Breath of the Wild on the Switch. That is just a great game. Let's see. I need to get back into playing Horizon Zero Dawn. But yeah, racing games are my main specialty, and that's what I tend to mainly show on the channel. I do some first-person shooter stuff. A lot of my friends have been trying to get me into Overwatch, so I'll likely try that sometime later on. Raging Beard, that's something I need to find out for myself. I don't know off the top of my head. I might need to check in like the Granite Devices forum or something. Okay. Whippy, I have very limited driving with the TX, so I haven't really done much with the TX personally. My TSPC Racer I do like. It is, I think, a hair less smooth than the TX, but that is not necessarily a bad thing. Fortnite versus PUBG. I've played maybe like 10 matches of Fortnite. Not really my thing personally. I haven't tried PUBG yet, but some of my friends swear by it. Okay, so we're gonna move to the Porsche 917 LH at Le Mans. So this should be an exciting test, especially if this does hit the 240 mark, like you guys were saying. So let's load up a setup. LM, low drag setup. Okay, let's give this a try. This is such a beautiful car. I wish there was a way to like look around it. I think there is. If it's like, yeah, so I mean, look how sleek that is. This thing, it looks freaking amazing. And then the engine. Yep, this will be exciting to drive. And now we will do the totally 100% historically accurate pit speed limiter on the 1970s Porsche. Kind of funny, the steering wheel was offset to the right in the Ferrari, to the left in the Porsche. Yep, this thing feels quick. Ooh, I heard a tiny scrape. So let's set this car down and let it fly. Little clutch slip there. Track is gorgeous at night, fairground and all. This thing does not feel floaty. It feels like the opposite of floaty, which is kind of interesting considering this thing has such low downforce. So this has low downforce, but still at the same time, so much air is pushing down on this car. So at low speeds, I'd anticipate this being floaty because there's not much downforce. At high speed, I think, whoa! At high speed, there would be a lot of air pushing down on this car. Congratulations, Techie. Making videos is a fun thing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't hit the hay, don't hit the hay. So let's reverse. Cold brakes, gotta remember that. I mean, at the end of that straight, you're always gonna have cold brakes because you get so much air hitting, like. Okay, let's try just testing this car out a bit and think how it goes. Thanks for a tip, Shane. Yeah, that is what they do in NASCAR, now that I think about it. Once you look at the telemetry, like they'll tap the brakes a little bit to get some heat in there before braking for a tight corner. Wow, this is quick. Now, next lap, let's see how quick we can get. That's kind of the goal, Mark. That's kind of the goal of a streamer, to try to get people motivated into playing. I'm not clutching well. Feels like I might be timing my downshifts wrong or something. So let's see what kind of speed we hit. So we're at almost 200. So let's just, I want to have you guys hear the sound right now. Oh. Wow, okay. Okay then. Did you guys just see that?
The suspension's damaged. You'll
Hold on, let's go to that replay. They actually improved the replay interface recently. I don't remember these playback controls, but wow, going on that straight, this car had such low downforce, air gone under, so we basically just Mark Webbered it. What's interesting, for the sounds of this car, it sounds like there is quite a bit of distortion, which might be cool for like that raw effect, but I tend to prefer the cleaner sounds, because you can still get a raw sound with it being clean. This kind of just sounds a little over, if that makes sense. And we just missed... We missed the car getting high. Actually, that looked a lot less exciting, so hold on. Let's see if I can... onboard. Looked a lot more exciting inside the cockpit. I bet you could make the car take off. I don't know why. I can't get that, the clutch downshift down right. Let me check something real quick. Authenticity. Do I have auto clutch on or off? Auto clutch off, okay. So I gotta work on my downshift, so we'll do 1 or 2 more laps and then go from there. So, clutch down. Yeah, I'm gonna set up some online lobbies soon after we test out the cars. I think Project Cars 2 has over 200. This DLC I want to say is $10. $10 standalone, or you could buy the season pass, which also includes the Japanese car pack, and also a couple other things for $30. Adios, Techie. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, this doesn't model clutch wear like to the extent that, say, Assetto Corsa does, which is frustrating. It is a little delayed. I'm using sequential, so usually when a sim allows you to use sequential in a car that's usually made for an H pattern shifter, it adds in a delay, which I'm not a fan of. It's to balance out competition or whatever jargon they decide. But yeah, it's how does this game work with the wheel? I like it. I'm not a fan of it stock. Whoa! Okay, let's do an experiment now. I want to do an experiment because I'm struggling with this car. Let's go modern. Let's try a modern car at classic track. So we have the where is it? Let's go with the Audi. So Audi Le Mans 2016. So I have no clue how this is going to be. It's a long way to each time to practice that turn. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's see what setups there are. There's only loose and stable. This is low downforce though, so this should be, yeah. And I do have a boost button map. Yes, I do. So, except we need to change, real quick, we need to change the shifting because we were using the stick first. Now, we are using this. Sir Scratch and Sniff, I'm using the large midge-based open sim wheel. You can find more information in the description for this video. Under normal circumstances, I'd switch to the Formula Rim, but I'm a little lazy right now. I do not have the McLaren wheel yet. I'm trying to talk to Fanatic about it, but hopefully I'll get it sooner rather than later. That's funny, raging. Always interesting seeing the telemetry here. But yeah, at the bottom left, you can see the Jack Spade file I'm using and how it's all working, I guess. But it's interesting because, so we're about to brake for the next straight. And notice how this only has 525 horsepower coming out of the 4-cylinder engine. So this car is not that fast. But then we should have some hybrid in here now. So let's kick in the hybrid. Adds 400 horsepower to it. That's just nuts. I haven't really done the volume and tone list. Maybe I'll look into it sometime. But it's pretty remarkable thinking that you get that much power out of the car from the hybrid system. And how powerful these brakes are too. Pretty insane, all things considered. Decent feeling car, very neutral. So again, like, we're accelerating relatively slowly. And then, boom! The Porsche 919 Evo really takes advantage of the hybrid with no regulations on usage per lap. Yeah, I could imagine. I haven't driven like that 919 Evo mod in Assetto Corsa yet, but I think that would be a fun thing to experiment with sometime. So, interesting thought though. This car revs very low. This thing has a red line under 5,000 RPMs. Under 5K red line. Jeez. So yeah, it's like all that low-end torque from the diesel engine, and then you have like the boost to add onto it, which gives so much low-end torque. But yeah, this car is not built for the straight. If you think about it, because this car was never intended for that kind of long straight. It's intended to maximize the speed in all of the straights of the modern Le Mans racetrack. When you factor in, you go down that short chute, brake for the chicane, another short chute, chicane, short chute, hairpin-ish. So that's what you have there. So they time the hybrid system to work for that. They don't factor in an extremely long straight. Okay, so I am going to start a lobby in a minute. So in a minute, I'm going to do a lobby. Okay. So 3:04 lap time. This car should be fine. It's set up for Le Mans. Yeah. So we are going to do an online event. I think we can have some fun. So lobby name will be SimRacingPaddock. So we can set that up. And we will do Le Mans Vintage. So you are setting up an online race to use a track which requires DLC. Other players who do not have this DLC will not be able to join this race. So keep that in mind, guys. You're going to need Le Mans for that. And I think I'm going to set this to be multi-class. It's going to be a multi-class event. So I'm going to use the 917. Yeah. So we are going to do multi-class. And we will do, let's see, Group 5 and... So Group 5 and Vintage Prototype A. That should be a lot of fun, I think. And we will do 10-lap event. And we will do 6 p.m. 20 times progression. And let's do a 20-minute qualifier. So 20-minute qualifying. And then I think for damage, I'm going to turn damage off because this is going to be a crazy race. So let's see if I can get some people invited. Okay. It looks like some people are either busy, because unfortunately it is in the middle of U.S. people's work times. That's the tricky part. Reichenwald is in. For the heck of it, I'll invite Sean Cole, but he might be busy. So the question is, are we going to see more people go for the prototypes or Group 5? Let's hope some more people come in, though. Okay. So we got to remember to set up for Le Mans. Actually, use that setup, not the baseline. Hello, Wafi. How's it going? The record for this car is 255. So we have the LM set up. And we need to change the shifter again. So let's do that real quick. Performance with 3 screens is, I usually still get above 60. I'm using a GTX 1080. So like medium high settings, I'll get above 60. Well, it looks like the crowd, they're getting into it. They look, would you say that's period appropriate attire though? We'll get a closer look in a minute. Because I'm not sure, some of that looks kind of modern outfits. We'll see. Let's take it easy on this outlap. Okay, that does look, I think, period appropriate. Almost at 200. Raging Beard, lobby name is SimRacingPaddock. Lobby name, SimRacingPaddock. Also, you can narrow it down by class. Look up VPTA, Vintage Prototype A. Because I know that Project Cars 2's server browser is garbage. Interesting touch though. I think I set the date in this to fall. And notice how all the trees are darker. Okay, he totally missed the straight. I mean, he totally missed the corner. I need to get better at handling my downshifts in this car. You have to be so deliberate in it, your downshifts, I think. Now this is the fast part.
Get a good position here. Just remember, we only need one top lap.
So let's take it easy. Random question, what kind of a company is Esso? I can't say that I recall what it is off the top of my head, but it's interesting. You see quite a few signs of that. Whoa! I'm having so much trouble downshifting in this car. Okay, Esso is gas, okay. Well, consider I'm American, I don't know all this, and also it's like just so, what is it? This was like 30 years before I was born? Or no, 20 years before I was born. So we gotta start being more deliberate in our downshifts. That's where I'm struggling the most with this car. I don't want to switch cars. I'm just trying to get a feel for downshift. I know I was braking very early. Okay, that felt pretty nice. Feeling that rear end step out, catch that slide. Starting to get a better feel for this. Fair enough, Scoot. It's all good. I'm liking the atmosphere of this track, though. They did a good job with it. I'll give props to their art design team. Now, if all the tracks in Project Cars 2 were like this, I could be happy. And I just smacked that wall. My bad. So yeah, if you time the downshifts right, you don't have a problem. Except if you mistime a shift, you get the clutch slip or the issue. But yeah, like there, I mistimed the shift and I guess it messed everything up. I just need one clean lap. I like also the fact that you see flags. You see flags waving. So for the race, we're going to have the event go from sort of afternoon into evening and night. So that should be fun. When dark, the houses along the track are lit. Okay. I'm excited to take a look at that. Yeah, right now I'm just using the default Le Mans setup, which unfortunately I'm not too well versed for setup, so I don't really know what exactly to change. There we go, we actually got a lap in. I always forget you can borrow setups. Raging Beard, though, are you one of my friends on Steam? Because if you're one of my friends, I can invite you, I think. Whoa, whoa. Okay. Alrighty then. That was interesting. I'm really liking this new DLC. Cars are insane in a decent way. If I'm still, like, improve on my other time, that's gonna be funny. After just, like, torching this car. Kinda saved it. Sure, let's go with that. Okay, I couldn't save that. I am still using the OSW. Yes, I am. I am going to be going back to other wheels soon. Because I have my GT Omega Art right there, off camera. So I'm going to be spending some time with that for review. Also, I need to put out my review of this OSW. That kind of counts as a save. Now full throttle, guys. Second place made up 4 seconds on me last lap. This is qualifying for an online race, NASCAR nerd. Qualifying for an online race. And Austin is in here. Oh boy. There we go. Another setup can reach 250. I don't doubt it. But I'm okay with this. That's an interesting way to take a corner. Oh, that was close. Just imagine that in real life, though. Imagine that. Imagine taking that, like, that kink in that corner in real life. That would be absolutely nuts. I'm not getting a good exit out of that corner, though. I think your brain wouldn't let you do it. Yeah, because consider in real life, if you hit that Armco, that's gonna, like, rip your car open like a can opener, I think. I mean, just look at what it does at Watkins Glen for stock cars. Just absolutely nuts. Almost had an issue there. Hey, Knock, how's it going? I've run maybe like one race in the NASCAR iRacing series, and I just felt like it got a little too crazy. The drivers were just too nuts. Didn't make for good racing. I tend to have like better racing in D-class events than in the NASCAR iRacing series. Interesting. That was the first corner cut I've gotten this entire stream. Did the corner cutting actually get a little more lax, or is this just because it's a track I don't drive at, or that I've never driven at before? Interesting. Austin, he can obviously hear what I'm saying. Dang it! Wow, that did not give me a penalty. I had a race last week that had 46 of 80 laps run under caution. Dang. And also, Pocono's a race that shouldn't have too many cautions. It's a massive, massive track. Hold on a second, checking something real quick. Hold on a second. I'm going to turn on my fan because it's starting to get toasty. One of the downsides of streaming outside of a garage with no air conditioning, it gets toasty. So I have a fan right here off camera that can blow cold air at me. And, oh, that feels so much better. Whew. Let's see what kind of lap Austin's going to put down. If he's still running. Nope, Austin is not running, so Looks like we're all done. He, is that him running the K? Is that the 916K or what car is that? Pocono's wide, but the actual racing line's narrow. I mean, I remember back in the day, I would run truck races at Pocono and iRacing, and a lot of them would go caution-free. So, yeah. LH can do 255s, obviously with not with the baseline setup. So hold on, we're only doing 10 laps, so we can drop down to 70 liters, I guess. Indy going 6 wide. That is just like, you can't really comprehend that. But yeah, Indy races at Pocono are fun too. I mean, I enjoyed that at in iRacing with the DW12. Granted, I bet you could maybe like 7 wide in 2015, but in the actual corner, I think going into actual corner, you might be able to squeeze out 3 wide, maybe. 2 wide, yeah. Like, someone's going to have to give, I think. 3 wide, you're going to be pushing it. Funny, I set this up as a multi-class event, and everyone's going for the prototype. Should be good. I want to do a series talking about car setups. I have different series I need to follow up on. I need to do the next video in getting started in sim racing, talking about different titles, what title is good for what like fits personal preference. So I think that'll be a good video. And then I will do a series. I'm also doing like the Becoming Better Sim Racer, so I think setup would fit into that. So all things considered, basically, I'll share one of the things that's the gist of setting up a car. Think about weight transfer. Weight transfer plays a huge role, and just think about how the car's weight is shifting. So downforce is a huge thing that I say is one of the more critical parts, because if you have bad downforce for a race like this, then you're not going to be doing well. I just murdered them on the start. I mean, that was a downright murder. Little wide. Took off like a scalded cat. Well, at least we have a decent run ahead of these guys. Javier, yeah, I might try another stream later tonight. Actually, no, tonight I have my church group, sorry. Friday night I have a movie night. Saturday night I'm helping actually build sheds for some of the fire victims in my area, so we'll see if I have energy after that. Oh, that engine brake killed me there. Looked like one guy actually spun it though, so... Austin Nognoski is 4 seconds back. It is getting darker. Whoops. Yeah, maybe Saturday I'll do streaming racing with subscribers or something like that. I think that would be the fun approach. See you later, Samuel. House has turned on the lights. Yep, that's a nice touch. I'm using a sequential shifter. I'm not using paddles. I'm using a sequential shifter. I don't have room on this rig for an H pattern shifter right now. I'm using a sequential shifter, but I am heel and towing. So trying to make it as authentic as I could, given my circumstances. But I am not using paddles. You can see my hand is leaving the wheel and pulling on the shifter to shift. If I was using paddles, you'd see this hand doing a lot more. Not mad, I'm just explaining. Pixel therapy, I'm honestly enjoying it quite a bit. I think it works well. It has a nice variety of classic cars and modern cars. This track, though, I think this is the real highlight of it. They did a great job with this track. Now we're starting to see the stars come out. Is paddle shifting gonna become a meme now, guys? Let's try taking this corner in a second. Might not work. Nope, did not work. It's getting dark, guys. Oh, that was close. Tis but a scratch, tis but another scratch. Tis but a skid. Tis but a drag race. Yeah, I'm planning on doing a VR test drive of that later on. So we'll try to build up a gap on Austin. Little loose there. Oh, 'tis but a slight smack. Getting a little better at the downshifts in this car. Not good, not good. He doesn't have damage. He purposely chose a car that's slower in fast portions. Because now we're side by side. He deliberately chose a car that is slower in the fast parts of the track because he wanted to show off how good it is in the corners. So, since he has a higher downforce setup, he drops off on the long straights, and then I pull away. But that car performs great in the slower sections. So I do well in the first half of the lap. He does better in the second half, which it can be very slow in that spot. So that means he can close in. Also, I hit the wall in that previous lap, so it's like, yeah. But I don't have damage on. But also, Austin is a bit of an arrogant jerk, and he likes to rub the fact that he's better than everyone else in it. Because he's a good driver, I'll give him credit. But he is a jerk. As I make a dumb mistake and give him the lead. But don't worry, I'll close in on him. He's in the Ferrari 512, I think. I'm feeling some flat spotting in my tires now. So he cuts that corner. He cuts that corner through the grass, because you can see the grass getting tossed up. Oh, Dimitri, sorry to hear that, man. Grass helps turn the car. Well, I'm going to have his draft on the straight. Here we go. Now it's under 1 second. New rims on FedEx truck. Awesome. Which rim? Brandon, I did earlier, or at least one of the new LMP cars. So you can see he has so much more downforce in the corners. But then on the straight, I just pull away. Let's blow by him this lap. Try time IndyCar. Yeah, that would be a fun experiment. So the question is, in this race, who is going to win? Downforce or handling? So I'm just going to try to keep focused the next few laps. I have 2 laps left. 2 laps left. I'm on, actually 3 laps. Lap 8 of 10. Again, it's going to be a drag race. He doesn't have enough car to beat me, though, on the straight. Make sure he can't draft me, though. If he tries weaving, he won't catch me. And technically that's not blocking. I'm anticipating the move, not reacting. Blocking is a reactionary move. What's 349 kilometers an hour in miles per hour, guys? That was not a good turn. That was not a good turn. I believe that'd be like 220 if I remember correctly. Or 210. I can taste this win, guys. I can taste it. Oh, that got loose. Two laps, or 1.5 laps to go, guys. This is going to get interesting. Oh! Especially if I keep on going off-road like that at over 200 miles an hour. They did have serious cojones out there. We're coming up on the last lap, guys. Woohoo! That was lively. That was lively. Whoa! Oh, just but a tap. If I had damage on, this car would be destroyed. But I know Austin is gonna push hard to try to pass me in the final 2 sectors. We can't let that happen, though. We can't let that happen. So, drift to the left to make this right-hander coming up. Whoa! Get some dirt on the tires to make it more exciting. I did turn damage off, or else this race would have been a nightmare.
You'll need 5 seconds. Pretty good, mate. Good job.
I do have tire wear on, though, but apparently these tires are tough as nails, I think. Thank you, Jose, for subscribing. Thank you very much. Oh, so that's how you hit that corner. And there we go. We'll take that win. I'll take it. Whoop, whoop. I'm happy about that. Too bad there's an achievement. Beat a slightly mad studio employee. Whew. But you have to be very, very deliberate in your downshifts with this car. If you don't ref match it just right, then it brings down the RPM and the clutch slips. And that's what was causing the issues. If you were noticing in the later laps, I wasn't having that issue nearly as much because I was pressing in the throttle more on my downshift to get it to match with the higher RPMs. Earlier on in the race, when I had the rear end step out under braking, I was noticing that it was because I wasn't matching the RPMs enough. So when it was finally, like, shooting the RPMs up, it was shooting the rear end of the car out. So, hey, it's nice to know that it was at least driver error and that I was able to fix it over the course of a race. Gotta admit, this looks pretty nice, though. Seeing, like, the headlights and the trees. Let's get a screenshot.
Great driving. What a win. Fantastic job.
Third place. 1 minute 46 seconds back. And he was in the same car as I was. Huh. So let's try something else. Let's try... I want to try to include more people in here. And unfortunately, the DLC is one of the issues where we don't get that much. So let's see. All right, NASCAR nerd, you have a good one, man. We'll do the gamer muscle approach. Oh, Reichenwald, that'll do it. Hold on a sec. Are we limiting ourselves? Yes, we are. So I gotta start a new lobby. That's one of the things that's frustrating about Project Cars 2. And whoops, I accidentally just quit out of the game. My bad. So one of the things that's frustrating about Project Cars 2 is the fact that you can't adjust the classes in a lobby. I have no idea why the heck they decided against that. Because that would have been a great thing to do in Project Cars 2. Because to change the classes, you need to exit the lobby and start a new one. Why? That's dumb. It could have been so much easier to just do the ability to change classes. Or even just revert back into this screen and don't leave the lobby. Just be able to rename the lobby while you're at it or something. So let's go to same class at least. We'll do that, and let's see. What should we race? What should we race? I'm wondering about the Radical. Radical could be fun. Radical Laguna. 15-minute qualifying. And let's see. Tire wear authentic, fuel depletion, yes. Why not? And actually, let's do something real quick. So... I'm gonna just add a name to the top to show. So outline, yep. And we'll go with the black outline there. Why there's no one in chat, or why there's no one in chat? My guess off the top of my head is that there is something like along the lines of I mean, it's also a work week. So it's Friday, or no, it's Thursday, my bad. So it's Thursday, people are working, and I think that's the easiest reason to say why. There isn't as many people in chat. So I think this is going to be my final race, guys. I think this is going to be my final race for the stream. Should be a fun one, though. So, server name, SimRacingPaddock. Come and join. Track day A. So we'll get some good qualifying in. World record 119 with a radical. And we will switch to paddles for this because that is more authentic with this car, I believe. How often do I do these kind of races? Maybe like once or twice a week. I'm going to try to open up to more in the near future. But also I need to start focusing on getting some of the reviews out, like the Heusinkveld Handbrake, Heusinkveld Shifter. So I need to focus on getting some of that done too, and some more pre-made content. Man, these tires are cold. So streaming is great and everything, but also there is a beauty in doing the pre-made videos that you put effort in and that are less impulsive. And also I want to start scheduling things more. I can have more of a schedule for things for people to look forward to. I think this car feels better now than previous update. We just need more heat, though. That is not the way to get more heat in these tires.
Get a good position here. Just remember, we only need one good lap.
Dougie has joined the server. Oh, a little too eager there. Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Can't see the server. That's one of the most frustrating things with this server browser. So, Slightly Mad Studios, fix your crap. There's no logical reason why no one should be seeing this server. Unless they're still pissed at me about the preview footage and they're actively trying to brigade me, which I find that highly unlikely. But I thought now you could search by name in the server browser, or by at least class. Look for track day A, I guess. Little wide. We are okay though. Dirt Rally in virtual reality is one of my favorite VR titles. Dirt Rally in VR is astonishing. It's one of the most immersive experiences. A heck of a lot of fun. Especially doing an event like the Pikes Peak Hill Climb. So I think it is worth it, especially if you get Dirt Rally on sale now. Not getting many people in here. Instead of just doing a boring race with 2 people, I might do a test drive with the LMP1 card. So, like, we tested one of the LMP cars, so I totally forgot we still have 2 more to test. So we tested out the Audi R18. So let's go to the Toyota. So the TS040 was initially released for Project Cars 2. Now we have the TS050 Hybrid. And instead of doing vintage, because vintage was sort of struggling a bit with the car, let's go to the modern circuit and see how it fares. Because I'm guessing a lot of you guys would be more interested in seeing how this car works compared to me just driving a Radical at Laguna Seca for now. So, so this uses a V4 engine, if I remember correctly. Revs up to about, maybe that looks close to maybe 8250 RPM or something like that. Is the resolution high enough to read a speedometer? I believe you can turn on super sampling and it'll work okay. You can generally read a speedometer okay in most sim racing titles. So compared to that Audi, I think I'm preferring this car based off of just the first couple corners. We can boost. Let's take a look at this system though. So it's similar, 507 horsepower, naturally aspirated. Jumps to 900 with the hybrid system. This has 7 gears though. I think the Audi only had 6. But it's interesting you see the negative horsepower on the brake. One thing I wish this telemetry screen had, but it doesn't, is the boost, so you can't really see it. Or I'm blind and I just don't see it. But you can sort of hear the ERS system charging up when you're off or on the brakes. But am I blind and not seeing it? Yeah, here you see it. But it's interesting because you're noticing that with the way this car is being driven, it's intended for the modern Le Mans track. We are getting close to the red line at the end of the long straights, and then you get to recharge. Peter, the RX 580 should be okay. Basically, make sure you get, in my opinion, the 90 frames per second is what's really important. Get that. So you might need to turn down some settings, but a 580 should work okay. Woo! But yeah, I was using a GTX 970 in the past, which is somewhat comparable to the 580 or 1060, and I had to upgrade to get decent performance, but if you run it low, you should be able to get decent performance. So I'm liking the feel of this car. Again, it's very neutral handling. It's, dare I say, almost simple. You're not going to have many surprises coming from this car, partly because it is that sort of hybrid four-wheel drive system. In my opinion, the upgrade in graphics cards was worth it personally. But also it comes down to personal preference. Do you want the performance and the looks? For me, I did. Also consider I need to have some extra GPU overhead so I can stream and record videos. So that was part of it, and also graphics card can work great for helping render stuff. So that's another reason I went for the 1080. Part of me wishes I had a 1080 Ti for the extra 3 gigs of video RAM, but yeah, 1080 works just great for me. But yeah, so this Toyota TS050, I'm liking it. I think this is pretty nice. can also see part of the Toyota logo on the left wheel well. It just cracks me up though how it's 500 horsepower, then boom, 900. VTEC kick in, yo! Wait, wrong manufacturer. What's interesting, what I'm noticing is this Toyota has less torque than the Audi. The Audi with the diesel has more torque, I think, at lower RPMs. Because I want to say that Toyota got around to the 500 foot-pounds of torque mark with the naturally aspirated engine. And then this hits 500, 600 pound-feet with the boost. Interesting. So the Audi has more torque out of lower speed corners, I think. So, thinking that these different LMP cars might fit different driving styles. So if someone wants to gain more speed out of the corner, you might want to go for the Audi. Toyota has, I think, more of that torque on the boost, possibly. So, we've driven a few laps with the Toyota. Fun car. Last, but definitely not least, let's take a look at that Porsche. So, I believe it's a new version of the Porsche 919 that was just released as DLC. So, if we go to Porsche 919 Hybrid. So, it's a V4 engine, 7-speed sequential. And we will do this at Le Mans as well. Modern Le Mans. And we will take a look and see how this compares. Should be fun. Peter, I think it comes down to a few factors. VR, I think, gives you the capability in some ways. It's not inherently going to make you a faster driver. You can adapt to almost any situation you put your mind to. So it's not like, yes, it's obviously going to make you a better driver, but it gives you a closer immersion factor and makes it closer to real life. So one of the things I'm the biggest advocate for VR about is the fact that you have a display for each eye. Because consider, we are looking at a single monitor right now, or I'm looking at a single monitor right now. And with that single monitor, it's like driving with one eye open. You have no depth perception. And with that lack of depth perception, it's more of relying on sort of what you're seeing. Or it's tough to describe, but when you use VR, I feel like it makes it easier to hit your marks. Because you're looking at, or I'm looking at a 2D image right now with a monitor. And then when you have a VR display, you're actually looking at depth. You're looking at the track with the perception of depth. With the two eyes, say, look at that sign right there. You're able to triangulate the distance to that sign mentally and calculate that in your head in a way that you would do in real life. Add in the factor of the 90 hertz display and running at 90 frames per second if you can, that makes everything feel more smooth. It makes it feel more authentic. So, in my opinion, that allows for more capabilities. Let's put on the boost. I saw 900. So it's a mix of things, but I think that it gives you the capability to drive a car closer to what you get in real life. So, initial impressions on this car off the top of my head. I think I prefer the Toyota more. They handle eerily similar, but I think I enjoyed the Toyota slightly more. This is still a great car. I would still personally place both the Toyota and the Porsche above the Audi. But, that was an interesting sensation. I was getting torque steer on the boost. So I think what's interesting with this specific prototype is that the gas engine, so that V4 engine that's in the middle of the car, or mid-rear-ish, that drives the rear wheels. So the rear wheels are driven by the gas motor. And then the front wheels are powered by the electric motor. So it's a weird sort of meshing of quasi four-wheel drive system. So I think when I was on the throttle, like here, that's torque steer. That is full-on torque steer with this car. And consider, yeah, it's a 400 horsepower engine powering the front wheels, and this is a lightweight car, so you are gonna feel torque steer. And that's sort of interesting because I wasn't feeling that with any other car. I was on the boost out of the corners with the Toyota, didn't get torque steer. With the Audi, and I'm not sure, do those cars use a similar four-wheel drive system? But yeah, that torque steer is interesting. So I think for this car specifically, you're going to want to be on the straightaway, maybe get the car settled, then hit that boost. That's interesting. You learn new things, and yeah, so torque steer. Because consider, this is like two cars. 500 power or 500 horsepower mid-rear engine. That would be similar to, say, like a Ferrari or Ferrari car, and then 400 horsepower to the front wheels, electric. That would be like having a GTI with, say, like an APR Stage 4 tune on it. Kind of funny. Weird mashup of two cars, but it works. It'll work, but yeah. So yeah, get the car straight, point, and then shoot. That's what you want to do with this car with the boost. Okay, here, flat out in this corner. And then hard on the brake for the corner. Get that regen in. But it's an interesting sound. Like the regen. Like a generator charging up. Hey, this is an enjoyable car. I prefer the Toyota personally. Which, both of these are good cars. But I think the Toyota, slightly more drivable, slightly more enjoyable, slightly more neutral handling too. So that's my personal recommendation. You have your own. But yeah, so I think I'm going to wrap it up though. I need to get some food. I need to finalize my build of the cockpit and do some test driving on that. But guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for enjoying this with me. Peter, R-Factor 2 is my personal favorite title. I'd say if you want to try it, you can't really go wrong. But yeah, for now, guys, I'm going to call it a day. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for my first impressions video of the GT Omega Art Cockpit coming soon, hopefully on Saturday. But for now, you have a great rest of your day.